whispery Shabbat Shalom. I hope that our friends on Zoom are also having a good Shabbat. And so we sing the words, Hine matov u'ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad, which means how wonderful and how great it is that we can sit as siblings together. We are on page 128. And please hold as I put on my guitar. Hine matov malachim shevet Hine matov malachim shevet gam yachad Hine matov na'im shevet gam yachad Hine matov malachim shevet gam yachad Hine matov malachim shevet gam yachad. We now invite Susan Amaro and Karen Bressler to share with us a reading on the bottom of page 127 and then the candle blessings on page 120.
We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories, flowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehaviner shel Shabbat. We continue on page 131 for the words of Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Psalm 96. Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash. It's a new song. I will sing out to God a new song. Sing to God. Sing along all the earth. Song to God. Shiru Adonai Kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash. Shir Chadash.
Ada.
And we continue welcoming Shabbat as though she is a bride on page 138. We are so grateful to welcome her and to experience the joy of coming together.
Levanto di vikrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat dekabela. Levanto di vikrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat dekabela. Shabbat sabor v'tifat. B'nei Shabbat dekabela. Levado di vikrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat dekabela.
Please rise in the ways you're able.
Shabbat levado. Oh, never together. Shabbat Lila. Levado di vikrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat dekabela. Levado di vikrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat dekabela. Shalom, Atem, Levado di vikrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat dekabela. Levado di vikrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat dekabela.
We remain standing as we turn to page 146 for the words of Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Ha'amen.
Please be seated. And as we turn to the next page for the words of Ma'ariv Aravim, we thank God for creating not only light and darkness, but also the transitions in between. Friday often is its own kind of in between. It is still the weekday. Most of us who are working go to work on Fridays, but we can already start to feel a little bit of the weekend and Shabbat, and we feel our bodies ready to rest. And so as we sing the words Borei Yom V'Laila Golel Or Mipnei Choshech in the middle of the text, we thank God for creating light, for creating darkness, and for creating everything in between.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Forever. Falling, ocean, falling, the whole roll, roll into dawn, roll into night becomes day, day turns to night, roll into dawn, roll into night becomes day, night forever. Ole. Ole. Your roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day to night.
Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim, blessed are you who brings on the evening. We are on page 152 for the words of Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kivod Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We now come to the Behafta on the next page. Ve'ahavta
et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol me'odecha, v'hayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. The words that we just sang are words about love, but they are not any kind of love. You can love a pretty flower and just look at it and feel really good inside. But the love that is described in the Ve'ahavta is love of actions. We show our action, or we show our love to others, to God, to our community through the actions that we do. Teaching children, reminding ourselves as we lay down and when we get up. Reminding is an action. We have to keep things front of mind. Finding words on the doorposts of our house and on our gates. It's not just about thinking about it as you're going through your doorpost or through your doorway. It's also about the act of putting something up that reminds you about love and about what it means to love others, to love God, and to love the world. And so as we turn to Micha Mocha on page 158, and we sing about miracles, we know that according to our story, love, God's love for us, is also shown through action. It's not just about thinking that we're really beautiful and that we have, a great smile and, I'm just imagining God sitting on a cloud looking over at us and thinking, oh, isn't that so nice? That's not the kind of love that we're asking for, and in turn, it's also not the love that we give exclusively. Of course, we should love with all of our hearts, but part of what that means is acting out of love as well. So we are going to turn to page 158 for the words of Micha Mocha as we sing words of gratitude to God. Ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Micha Ba'elim Adonai Micha Mocha Ne'etach B'chodesh Nora Tehillah Tosei Feleh Nora Tehillah Tosei Feleh
Daily and beyond. I don't know, Lord, they all love. I don't know, Lord, they all love. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
We turn the page to 160. Before we sing the words of Hashkivenu, we think of what it means to lie down in peace. Is it peace of mind? Is it peace of body? Is it peace of spirit? We ask God that we are able to lie down and rest and not have to give even one small piece of our brain to anything other than peace and calm and wholeness. The word shalom also can come from the word, the root for shalem, or whole. So we ask for wholeness and we ask for peace as we sing the words of Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom,
Leshalom Ve'hamidenu shomreinu le'chayim. Uprosavim sukachumeka Oh Adonai, guard us from all harmful things. Oh, keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake at morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from right. Adonai, Amen. 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 Amen.
We now come to the tefillah, the core part of our prayers this evening. We are on page 164. Please rise in the ways you are able. Adonai sefatai tifta ufi agite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotinu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah.
האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומפיק גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן ועזרת אתה גיבור לבנו, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ברופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מלחמות בעל גבורות, ומידות מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש שמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללו סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please take a moment for your own personal prayer, and when your prayer is complete, feel free to be seated. You're on page 180.
So imrevi, imrevi, veheglo, imrevi, lefanecha. Adonai, Suri, Adonai,
We now come to Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for the reading of the Torah, which can be found on page 362. I invite everyone to please rise, and it's my pleasure to invite Ted Bressler to help out with the Torah. In kamocha
Elohim Adonai, ve'emaasecha, malechutecha, malechut kol olamim, umemshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. Israel, Shabbat, Shema, Israel, Adonai, Elohim, Adonai, Elohim, God, Adonai, Shema. Adonai iti, Also shall be buried. Also shall be buried. Also shall be buried. Ha'olam Moses. Also shall be buried. Also shall be buried. Ha'olam Moses. Also shall be buried. Ha'olam Moses. Ashosha Divarim, Ashosha Divarim, Haolam, Ashosha Divarim, Haolam, Haolam, Otimim. Allah Torah, V'Avodah, V'Yadi, V'Tzadi. Allah Torah, V'Avodah, V'Yadi, V'Tzadi. Ashosha Divarim, Ashosha Divarim, Haolam, Ashosha Divarim, Ashosha Divarim, Haolam, Ashosha Divarim.
Please remain standing for just one moment. Please be seated. This evening, we are going to be reading from Parshat Vayera, which is still in the stories of Abraham. This Parsha begins shortly after his circumcision at the young age of 99. And correct, not only he is 3 days out of surgery, he's still very much in recuperating time when he gets visited by 3 strangers who he does not know. And he and Sarah go out of their way, despite the amount of pain that Abraham is in, to make sure that these guests feel welcome. And that is what we will be reading. We are reading from Genesis chapter 18, verses 3 through 6. Oh, and I should probably call who's doing the blessing. It is my pleasure to invite up Janice and Rick Fontano, who we are celebrating their recent 50th anniversary. We are so thrilled to be able to celebrate with them this evening. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Vaed.
Asher b'charbanu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Amen. Vayera elav Adonai ba'elonei mamre behu yoshev petach ha'ohel kechom hayom. Vayisa einav vayar v'hinei shlosha anashim nitzavim alav vayar vayarat ligrotam mipetach ha'ohel v'yishtachu arza. Vayomer Adonai, imna matzati chen be'einecha, el na ta'avur me'alavdecha.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam, v'tat v'tafenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah.
Amen. You're going to stay right here because I have special words to share for you guys in honor of your anniversary. We, as I said before, during this week's Torah portion, Abraham and Sarah go out of their way to welcome guests. And as we celebrate your 50th anniversary, I could not think of a better Torah portion to honor the two of you. Not only are you so generous with us, we love that you have been able to stay together, to be generous with your time and your best moments together. And so as we celebrate the love that you have for one another, we celebrate the ways that you act, the ways that you show your generosity. And we are grateful for the pieces that you have given of yourself to one another. This Shabbat, we are grateful for love. This Shabbat, we are grateful for generosity of spirit. This Shabbat, we are grateful for opportunities to celebrate joyous occasions. And this Shabbat, we are grateful to celebrate couples like you. On the count of 3, we're going to sing Mazel Tov. We'll say Mazel Tov and then we'll sing. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Mazel Tov. Simen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simen Tov, Simen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simen Tov. Yehelanu, 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 Yachol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Yachol Yisrael. Mazel Tov. May the next 50 be just as joyous as the first. Where is
Awesome.
With everything going on in the world, I told Janice this just this afternoon. I am so grateful for the opportunity to celebrate joy. We need to celebrate joy even in the hard times. And there are many in our midst who are having hard times, and they are in need of healing of body, healing of soul, healing of spirit. If you are thinking of somebody, or if you yourself are in need of healing at this time, we'll start off with our friends on Zoom. If you would like to unmute briefly to share a name of somebody you're thinking of, that way we can hear your loved ones.
Hi, Danny, Barbara Lowe, Kent and Karen Rasmussen.
Sam, Tony, and me.
So Cheryl, Adrian Brown, Craig Spiegel, Bruce Baldwin, Linda Spiegel, my sister Jeannie, Ellen, Jerry Ann, Marilyn Gerlich, and Louise Smith.
And if you are in the room with us, please feel free to say the names of those you are thinking of aloud or in your heart as my hand passes over your section.
Elliot Hirschberg, Kathy Hirschberg.
For all those names that we've said aloud and those that we keep in our hearts, we turn to page 371 for the words of Misha Bera. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
take before the brother. Oh, my soul in me, with refuah shlema, the renewal of me, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We now prepare to return the Torah to the Ark. It's my pleasure to invite Ted Bressler back up to help us redress the Torah and to invite everyone else to please rise. Yai lai 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 lai. Ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Eitz Chaim hi lema'asim kimba ve'tochecha me'usha We now turn to page 586 for the words of Aleinu. Please remain standing. Aleinu l'shabbeach Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו גויי הארצות, ולא שמרנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיום אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו Please be seated. This Shabbat, we think of those who are going on almost 30 days of I don't even have the words, going through such a catastrophe that they did not ask for. And as we do so, we think of those who are especially in need of healing. We think of those who have not seen their family in almost 30 days. And we think of those who are caught in the crossfires, witnessing things that nobody should witness. Let's take a moment to send our love eastward. We hope that they receive our hopes and our blessings to them. May the one who makes peace in the heavens bring peace to all of us, to all of the Jewish people, to all of the world. And let us say, Amen. We turn to page 598, but before we say the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, we keep those whose yahrzeits occurred this past week in our hearts and in our minds. As your loved one's name is read, please rise. Frida Breitel, remembered by Larissa Krasnovskaya. Ata Asanipur, brother of Bahia Asanipur. Kate Grossman, remembered by Carol Schneider. Rita Krasnovskaya, mother of Lev Krasnovsky. Abram Krasnovskaya, father of Lev Krasnovsky. Max Manis, grandfather of Hannah Brzezinski. Adrian Naum Stoian, husband of Nadia Naum Stoian. Bess Reback, mother of Leslie Rothbach. Barry Rogoff, husband of Betty Rogoff. And Lucia Villanueva, mother of Angie Gelb. We now invite all who are observing their first year of mourning to rise at this time. We now rise as a community as we turn to page 598 for the words of the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon, u'chayei techol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam u'olmei almaya. Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei dekudsha rihu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min shemayim v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Zichronam livracha. May all of their memories be for a blessing, to which we say amen. Amen. Please be seated. And it is my pleasure to invite Terry Gladish to share some words of announcement with us.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Please remember to check the weekly and our website for all news and event information. Mazel Tov to the Fontinos on their 50th anniversary. And thank you for sponsoring the Oneg tonight. Thank you to Scout Troop 153 for managing the AV and for Jack Samoski, Jack and Susan Amaro for representing the worship committee tonight. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And thank you to Terry for sharing those words of announcement. Terry is our Chevra Chesed chair. So if you are feeling like you want to do more mitzvahs, if you want to start, helping people who are not feeling well or needing a place to, or somebody to drive them to and from a program or whatever, please be in touch with Terry. And also I want to give a huge thank you to Michelle for the beautiful addition to music. It's always such a joy to lead services together. And this is also a Shehechianu moment. This is the first guitar playing for services that has happened since she was recovering from her wrist. So we are really grateful that we get to hear that music today.
Just got to break the fingers in again.
That's always the challenge. And the one other thing that I'll say is that speaking about love, we've been talking about love so much this service. If you like love, you should come on Sunday to Torah study on Zoom, 11 o'clock. We are going to be starting Shir Hashirim, or Song of Songs, which is one of the OG original love songs. Yeah, exactly. So if you want to study more about love, then come on down and we'll have an adventure of a time. And by come on down, I really just mean open up your computer. We'll be happy to see you there. We are going to continue on the theme of gratitude with family blessings. So if you are in the same room as somebody you consider to be family, I encourage you to reach out to them, regardless of how you define family. It could just be the person sitting next to you, part of the human family. It could be a family member. And if you want to send a prayer to a member of your family that is not in the room with you, I encourage you to close your eyes and to hold them in your heart. And we hope that they receive this blessing. May God bless you and keep you. May God shine God's face upon you and be gracious to you. May God's face turn to you and grant you peace, to which we say, Amen. Amen. And now we'll sing Kiddush and Motzi so that we can have some lovely snacks in just a moment. We'll start with blessing Fruit of the Vine on page 123. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu mitzvotav v'atzavanu v'shabbat kodsho ve'ahava u'ratzon yichilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tevilah lemikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'omim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava ratzon inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. L'chaim. And we will bless the motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. We are going to conclude this evening with prayers for peace because we can never pray too much for it. We are on page 180 for the words of Oseh Shalom.
Table 3.
Table 3. That's code.
Oh,
Oseh Shalom b'Roma. Huya Aseh Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kol Israel. Oseh Shalom b'Roma. Huya Aseh Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kol Israel. Shalom b'Roma. Aleinu. Oh, Shalom b'Roma. Aleinu.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Please join us for our oneg in the social hall. And for those who are on Zoom, enjoy some sweet treats in honor of Janice and Rick's anniversary. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.